Welcome to Freelance Sucks. Here we discuss the dark side of freelancing, about which nobody usually talks out loud. And in this show, we speak with experienced freelancers, and I'm sure that listening to these stories helps you prepare for freelancers' challenges. And today, my guest is Viktor Nesterenko. And Viktor is a software engineer freelancer with an extensive business background who wants to make an impact for 1 million plus users and make our world a better place. So, hello, Victor.
Hi, Yuri.
Nice to have you here. And the first question, what do you hate the most about being a freelancer?
I'd say there is nothing like that.
You love
I like it so
everything?
much. Yeah, I love everything. There is a different colors, like shade of darkness here. The shades are deep, I'd say. There is a lot of challenging things. Uh, for me personally, the most interesting part is to take challenge and succeed with resolutions. Definitely, sometimes you fail. You have to start. The moment you lost the feeling and start pushing forward without receiving a feedback. This is the most challenging part.
Okay, so love through pain, 50 Shades of Grey. So, what is like, of all freelancing stuff, what is the hardest part for you? How do you explain it?
It's working on your own. It's begging for feedback from the customer and you receive nothing. Way much better to receive a negative or a positive or obscure and clean feedback than have nothing. The most valuable thing in this world is time, your time,
Totally.
the customer's time. And if you fail with this and if you spoil the time, this is the most challenging part. So try to get a feedback as early as possible. Create a cycle, like do the demo, show something, show the progress, try to understand, are you on track? All these agile approaches, they're really good actually. Even if they don't work, you have to try them and apply. So most probably, like technologically, you can solve a lot of such challenges. Another thing is like having serious misunderstanding of the goals, or having people bringing you technical requirements when they don't understand whether they match. Let's say the customer comes and says like, I would like you to use A, B, Z, and frameworks. Okay, I say nice. Well, why? Why do you choose them? Because Alibaba uses them. They are well known in China, and we are going at the end of the day to sell our technology to Alibaba. This is clear misunderstanding of what you would like to do. So you would like to sell something to Alibaba, and you use their, framework. Really? They have this framework. They can write your software. So you have to focus on the other part. Create me a proof of concept that we can create a better Netflix in 15 days. Probably the software developers should use some technological things, and probably they have some background. And if you hire people and force them to use something, be prepared to big failure.
Yeah. Yeah. And you told that it's hard to chase feedback. And do you keep chasing it or just, okay, no feedback, see you never?
First of all, we study from our customers. As a freelancer, we study a lot. We are the. I take it as a bee coming from one petal to another, from one a place to another, and you bring the invaluable knowledge. How people approach this stuff. Some know-hows, It's not about technology. It's not about IP. It's about like how people approach challenges in their life. The variety is huge. Humans are very inventive in solving and creating the problems. So you will know a lot and you'll study. So focusing on the brightest parts of the deepest, shades of the gray, you will got it. And as one of the known movies says, like, the darkness is needed to understand the bright part of the life.
Yeah.
But just try to enjoy it as much as possible. You take a challenge. You can give up at any other moment. You can say like, probably this is not for me. The thing is like how you will reflect on the situation in the future. Maybe you have to take further, like, let's say, I'll set a threshold. I will take like 3 additional steps in depth of the darkness, and then we will see.
Yeah, I told that people are good in creating and solving problems. And I would say that even sometimes in creating fake problems to solve, not solving real problems. But yeah, and what is the most time-consuming thing you must deal with as a freelancer?
Such a nice question. I'd say if you cannot solve the problem in 15 minutes, you think deeply, 15 minutes, totally focus mode, and you cannot solve the problem. Most probably this is early detector for absence of needed resources. You don't have information. Stop wasting your time and try to ask like what information is needed to solve this. This is the difference. This is make big difference for professionals. They know this rule. If in 30 minutes you cannot solve the problem, you have to talk to your colleagues, to your teammates. You have to talk to your customer. You have to collect enough information. Junior guys, when they start, they think like, this is easy. We will do it. They start working on something, and they found themselves in the weeks of spoiled time. And they have a very harsh feelings inside regarding their quality, their approach. The problem was not on their side. The problem was like, you don't have enough resources.
Yeah.
So resource management, information needed to solve. This is the resources you have to chase. And then you have deep thinking, try to first thinking approach, like try to get like what information is needed to solve this. And probably you will dive into the depthness again of the sea of abundance of information.
Is it abundance of information from the client or abundance of knowledge to solve the problem?
It depends. Most of the time you will get the knowledge. The knowledge is shared. So software developers, IT guys, they are very keen to share this information. Yeah, there's a lot of resources all over. There's a lot of nonsense all over. So you have to filter out. You have to take a critical thinking approach. Who are the guys? Why they wrote this? What's the quality of information? So take your time to qualify the information. Take your time to qualify the problem. Try to figure out like what resources are needed to resolve it. And in 5 years you will get very good at this.
Did you ever take some parts of code as a black box without understanding how it works inside?
That was nice when you start, assuming that there is a GitHub, there is a working code there, everything is good with that stuff. And later you will figure out, time to time, you have to jump into the guts and spend time reading and understanding the thinking process of the people. As like the gods of the software development say, like the code is written not to be executed, it's written to be read by people. and take in mind that one day somebody will read your code. And I got advice when I started. I got advice from a friend, a professional, and he said like, write your code in the way that most probably somebody insane will support it in the future, and they know where you live. Don't try to make people mate.
Yeah, I feel like every part of code has to be connected with your phone number and location address so that everyone will write good code.
It is. It's a part of your soul. It's your book, you know, like you read the book of your life, you write the book of your life. You read other people's book of life, and you know, try not to copy paste too much and be inventive.
Try not to use ChatGPT a lot.
Maybe version 5.0 will be very good.
We'll see. So, Viktor, do you ever feel professional loneliness? I mean, when you have no one to talk and discuss some professional stuff with?
It's a daily challenge. You are on your own a lot of time, working remotely. And the first moment I figure out that I'm not alone at this loneliness when I get to the convention of code control. And I've seen another like 400 people. I assume like, my gosh, these people, they are professionals, you know, I don't know who I am, you know, I'm pretending to be a developer. And in 2 hours, we found like we're on the same page.
So you understood that you are professional too.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is our crowd. So time to time, just get into your crowd, you know, and, you know, take time, talk to people, drink tea, whatever you drink, you know, and listen to them, and you will find.
And you told about real life meeting. And what about online part?
Online part is really good. I definitely recommend to take the Lariat app created by Yuri and the team. 5 minutes, never enough time to talk. But you can probably open one question. You can ask something, you know, and you will get the feeling that there is a humans there on the other side of the Zoom camera. That's good. That works.
Real people. And what is the most nerve-consuming thing you must deal with as a freelancer?
I said there is a lot of such things, but probably on top of mind, I have the deadlines set by people because of the business needs without taking into consideration what exactly should be done.
Do you deal with those deadlines or you negotiate them?
Sometimes you got a gut feeling, probably we can deliver. Sometimes it's a learning curve for the person who set them.
Got it. And what do you do if you can't deliver?
You should say straight as soon as possible. First of all, you try to figure out like what resources are missing here. Is it a time? Is it like we missed the point of decomposition things? You know, there is a very interesting software engineering approach. You decompose the problem into the smaller pieces and then to the smaller pieces and try to see like whether the moving parts are, you know, matching each other. And if it's there, so you will try to chop something to the smallest possible things, like 30 minutes of focus to deliver a minor subtask. That's the level you go. If you need a very sharp deadline, if the requirements are hard, if there will be like millions of people affected, then probably that's approach. There's another approach when it's just pushed because people can push you.
Yeah.
Then you have to say stop as early as possible.
Got it. You know, Viktor, I wish to have the sky's the limit, but time is the limit to our conversation. So the final question is, if you were starting freelancing today, what is one thing you would have done differently?
I will be very careful listening to others.
Do not trust everyone.
Just listen and qualify. It's not about it's not about trust. It's about don't trust yourself too much. On the opposite spectrum.
Got it. Victor, thank you so much for sharing your feelings, and it's been such a pleasure to hear and learn from you.
Thank you, Yuri. Thank you for having me here.
And thank you so much for listening. If you like the show, hit the like button or 5 stars and share it with your friend. That's it. We're done. See you in the next episode.